What's up, everyone? We're about to kick off episode number 10, and we are headed to Mexico's capital, which is Mexico City. Mexico is a place that oftentimes gets overshadowed by its famous resort towns such as Puerto Vallarta and Cancun, and while every travel destination has something to offer, I wanted to visit Mexico City for its cultural significance. Mexico City is the largest metropolitan area in the Western Hemisphere. It is Mexico's largest city, and it is significant on so many levels, from the history of the country to its current influence over culture, economics, and education. It's a great place to visit if you're looking to learn more about Mexico's history and culture. We're going to be staying in the famous Roma district, which is located not far from the city's historic center, so that's a great place to call your base if you're looking to visit this city. As usual, we'll be looking to maintain wellness and fitness on this trip, and I've heard that the fitness culture in Mexico City is big, so I'm really looking forward to that. This is just going to be a 5-day trip, so we're not going to be able to cover everything there is to see in the city, but we're hoping to give you a good perspective of the city so that you could hopefully develop your own solid itinerary for when you visit the capital. And we will see you in Mexico City on the next one. What's up, everyone? We just made it to Colonia Roma here in Mexico City, and we're about to kick off episode number 10. Joining me again on this trip is my good friend Karan, and what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
And he's been in the past couple of episodes. Karan fell in love with Puerto Vallarta and wanted to obviously explore more of Mexico, so he jumped on this opportunity to come to the capital. So we're about to kick off episode number 10, and I can't wait. What's up, everyone? So day one here in Mexico City, and we made it to the historic center here in downtown. We are here at El Zocalo, which is the main square in the downtown area. And this area was once used by the Aztecs as a gathering place prior to the colonial period in their ancient city of Tenochtitlan. Today it serves many of the same purposes as it did for the Aztecs. Major political events, parades, festivals, and religious events are hosted here throughout the year. El Zocalo is located next to several important structures, including the Metropolitan Cathedral, el Templo Mayor, and the National Palace, just to name a few. This is a great place to start your day if you're looking to visit some of the city's historic landmarks, which is what we're about to do right now. So what you're seeing here is El Templo Mayor and the archaeological remains of what the temple contained. The reason El Templo Mayor is so important when it comes to the history of the country is because, according to legend, this is where the Aztecs witnessed an eagle perched atop a cactus devouring a snake, which would later become the national symbol of Mexico. This image of the eagle and the snake was their sign of where to build their capital of Tenochtitlan, and El Templo Mayor was at the center of it. When Hernan Cortez entered the city in 1521, he of course destroyed El Templo Mayor, and it wasn't until 1978 that the exact location was discovered and excavation began. This is an extremely significant landmark in Mexico City, and in many ways is tied to the very inception of what would ultimately become the country of Mexico. So we're still here in the city's historic center, and behind me is the Palacio de Bellas Artes, often referred to as the Cathedral of Art in Mexico. Not only does this structure contain several murals completed by famous Mexican artists, but this white marble palace actually is a performing arts theater and hosts several opera and symphony performances throughout the year. It is one of the most iconic buildings in the entire city and should definitely be on anyone's itinerary who's visiting the capital, even if symphony and opera performances aren't your thing. Let's check it out. What's up, everyone? So we just made it to Colonia Roma, and this is an absolute must when visiting Mexico City and a great place to call your home base. Located not far from the city's downtown area, Roma is located by several big attractions, including the famous Chapultepec Park. It was built in the late 1800s for wealthy citizens who designed it to mirror European styles, giving it the unique characteristics it has to this day. Roma is lined with popular restaurants and cafes, and has come to be known one of the liveliest neighborhoods in the entire city. It continues to grow in popularity amongst visitors and tourists alike, so let's check it out for ourselves and see what it's all about. So we just made it to Condesa, which is another famous neighborhood located right by Roma, as well as Avenida Reforma, which is the street that takes you by the famous angel that's in the middle of town, and we'll check that out later. But this is the first time we've had a chance to experience Condesa, so we're just walking around and taking it all in. Estamos aquí con Eduardo en el Blanco Colima, quien nos va a contar un poco sobre la historia del restaurante y lo que ofrecen aquí.
Blanco Colima es un espacio que ofrece una comida internacional contemporánea con tintes mexicanos. Nos llamamos Blanco Colima ya que estamos ubicados en la calle de Colima, y blanco porque somos un lienzo en blanco para plasmar arte y gastronomía, y es un centro para el cual puedan venir a disfrutar. Los esperamos cuando gusten, estamos a sus órdenes.
All right, so Colima Blanco is right here in the Roma district in the northern part of the neighborhood. So if you are in the capital of Mexico, make sure you come check it out for yourself. All right, so we made it to Chapultepec Park, and our first stop is Castillo de Chapultepec, which is the famous castle located here at the park, and we are walking out to get to the entrance. We'll see you up there. All right, we made it. Check it out. This is the main plaza of the castle, and it's a little bit of a walk to get here once you pay for your ticket, so be ready to walk. It's definitely worth it though once you get up here. Chapultepec Park is one of the largest city parks in the Western Hemisphere. It is approximately twice the size of New York City's famous Central Park. This place was once a retreat for Aztec rulers prior to the Spanish conquest. There are several significant museums located within the park, including the National Museum of Anthropology, which is the largest and most visited museum in all of Mexico. The park also contains an internationally renowned zoo, monuments, a man-made lake, a castle, an amusement park, and so much more to list. The park has something for just about everyone, so it stands to reason that several residents of Mexico's capital recommended this place to us prior to our arrival in the city. So we're here in Polanco, and this is one of the most upscale areas in Mexico City, often referred to as the Beverly Hills of Mexico City, and for a good reason. This area is known for its luxury shopping venues and has one of the densest concentrations of luxury shopping in the entire country. Polanco is also known for its fine dining options, so it's definitely a place where you're going to be spending some money if luxury shopping and fine dining are your things. Let's check it out and see what it's all about. We are here in the Polanco neighborhood, and we came across the Abraham Lincoln Park, and it's kind of strange to think that in Mexico City they have a park dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, and they have a huge statue of him right here in the middle of the park. And across the street there is a statue dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr. So we're leaving Roma now, and we are headed to the Coyoacan area, and we will see you there in just a few. All right, so we are here at Los Parados, which is an authentic taqueria here in the middle of Coyoacan. It's been open since 1965. I've heard that it's very authentic, great tacos, great Mexican food. So let's see what it's all about.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Karan, and I was in the PV episode. That was the first time I've tried mezcal. And one thing I've learned about mezcal is that it's made in the state of Oaxaca, and it's very famous out in Mexico City. They even have a mezcal museum out here, and it's definitely one of my favorite drinks now. So when you guys come out here, you definitely got to try it out. You guys will love it.
up, everyone? So we just made it to Terraza Cha Cha Cha, which is a Mexican seafood restaurant. We just sat down, but what's really cool about this place is it's located directly across from the monument dedicated to the Mexican Revolution. This is a huge landmark in the city and definitely should be on your itinerary. We haven't tried the food yet. We're about to walk around, but the environment here is great. We're about to check it out. So my friend Karan is trying his best to learn Spanish. He's learning a few lines. I taught him one today. So what was that line again, man?
All right, so the line of the day is no sé lo que hago pero luzco increíble haciéndolo. Peace.
All right, guys, so I had some shrimp tacos out here. Really good food. But more than the food, it's about the history around here. I've been learning a lot. It's my first time in Mexico City, and I'm just enjoying and having a good time. You guys definitely got to come out and check it out. You guys will love it.
Okay, so we're here in Paseo Reforma, which is a very famous street for several different reasons. This is the area where the famous Angel of Independence is located. If you've seen anything online about Mexico City, you've come across this, I'm sure. This is also a section of the street that gets shut down on Sundays for about 4 hours for people to come out and jog, ride their bikes. And this is what it looks like. So we're about to get in a good run ourselves and see what the rest of the day has to offer. So we just left the Angel of Independence, and one thing about a city like this is the street food is readily available, and a good sign is when there's a good line of people. And we just got some tacos. Here's what we're looking at. Mexico City is the political, economic, and social hub of Mexico and the largest city in the country. Its geographical location has played a huge role from before the time the Aztecs dominated Mesoamerica to the Spanish conquest in 1520. What I took away from this trip was the incredible culture and history that makes Mexico what it is. As I said in the beginning of this trip, Mexico often gets overshadowed by its natural beauty, making it easy for tourists to miss the incredible history that lies beneath. Mexico City is an absolute gem when it comes to telling the story of Mexico's past. It contains more museums than any other city in the world. This is just one of the ways the city tells the story of Mexico's history. It's easy to miss if you're in a hurry, but if you take the time to slow things down, you'll see just what I mean. The architecture, food, music, and most of all, the people tell a story that you have to experience to truly understand. A few short days didn't leave us enough time to see everything the city has to offer, but that's okay. It gives us one more reason to do it all over again. In the meantime, make sure Mexico's capital is on your list if you're interested in learning more about this amazing country. As always, one of our goals is to help you develop your own plans and itineraries for all of our featured locations. Check out the description below to see a list of all the places we were able to visit during our trip to Mexico City.